Hey everyone, welcome to another installment of the First Impression series, a series where I review and now I'm just after one listen. And today we are looking at the new Poppy record, I Disagree, which was released on January 10th, 2020. Now, since all my reviews, we're going to quickly talk about the artwork. Remember, this is no bearing on my opinion on the music, this is just for fun. Now, is that ink on her face? I do like the spiked necklace, and she does look quite intimidating on the cover. And I also do like the ink on her, what I think is ink on her face anyway, as it kind of gives overall her look a more revamped look of black metal. I do dig this cover overall. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now we're going to dive into the music. Air horns with eerie whispers start out the first track, Concrete. There is a lot of change ups in this track, and the song goes through about like 5 different genre changes, and it all works. The soft tone from Poppy's vocals is definitely something that is really pleasant on this track, and I feel like some listeners will find it to be adorable. The second track is the title track, I Disagree. The riffs here I really do like. Her vocals sound calm, but at the same time there's this hostile tone in them. Solid metalcore jam here. The double entendre of the meaning of the song, meaning like a criticism of both the hypocrisy in the religious community and the music industry, is definitely something that is definitely a plus as well. The third song is Blood Money. There are some rapcore elements in this track, and there is some fuzzy percussion that leads to this very strong, hard electronic moment strongly, and it goes into this softer moment, and a little moment builds again. There are some hard EDM elements present here, and there is some direct confrontation for Poppy's vocals in this track. Fourth song is Anything Like Me. The soft intro does a good job of giving the listener a fake out to get them thinking it's a ballad before it just builds into this industrial aggression. And there is some hostility from Poppy. The soft moment in the second half is great, and so is the ambience in it, as well as the acoustic guitar along with the organ. But then the drop hits hard, and it's fantastic for the last 10 seconds of this song. With Feel the Crown, I really am digging the guitar rhythm of that track, and the Fry vocals along with Poppy's do work well. And on the sixth track, Nothing I Need, there is some quiet ambience in the intro, and I really like the way everything kind of just slowly builds, and the synths on the song are really chill and relaxing. On track 7, Sit and Stay, I do like the electronics at the start of the track. I really do like the drum pad that's used, and this track in general is just a great industrial bop. Eighth song is Bite Your Teeth. Really like the chugging in the intro, and it starts and it switches to a more new metal sound before switching to another genre, and then back to the sort of chugging of the intro. There is a strong metalcore breakdown on this track. Like seriously, the breakdown on this track is better than what most metalcore bands nowadays do. The ninth song is Sick of the Sun. There is a nice bit of compression on the mix, and it feels a bit lo-fi in the intro. The song is nice and mellow, and this nice soft percussion works for this track. Our album closer is Don't Go Outside. Nice open strumming to start the track. The soft atmosphere of the start is fantastic and does pair well with the last song. The industrial drum pad that comes in is a neat touch, and it has a strong change up. I like how the electronics sound spooky before returning to a similar soft pattern at the start, but there is a more punch to it, like what the percussion does by being a little bolder by having a snare being present, and there's a good guitar solo. It's a great soft closer for the album. Now, as for my overall thoughts on this, I really do love the industrial sound of this record. Some of the fuzz moments on the electronics are fantastic. Other times there's this really intense EDM. The instrumentation when it's at the forefront is well, and no way feels like one is compromising on the other when it comes to electronics or the instrumentals and whether and how they transition into one another. There are several genre changes, all that work. This is an album that keeps the listener on their toes, but it is a fun album. Poppy's vocals here are great. They do blend well with the nature of this album. This is a rather bold and experimental album that blends the best of electronica and metal, and is a great updated industrial metal sound with some moments of metalcore. The lyrics on the album are great as well, and Poppy delivery helps to add an interesting dimension in her own way. With how dark these lyrics can be, there's a bit of that Doki Doki Literature effect. Also, one thing to note is there are pretty much 2 prominent influences throughout this record that can be heard. The first one is obviously Baby Metal, since this album is under the Quiet Metal tag, and the other is Rammstein. This album also is one that's rather personal in the lyrics, sometimes making some hostile direct tones, but and overall a more defiant nature of the album is more prominent throughout. And with all those being said, I'm going to be giving I Disagree by Poppy an overall score of 10 out of 10. Giving it a tier of masterpiece. And my favorite tracks on this album were Concrete, I Disagree, Blood Money, Anything Like Me, Bite Your Teeth, and Don't Go Outside. What were your thoughts on I Disagree by Poppy? Let me know in the comments down below. And I want to know what your favorite quiet metal band is. Let me know as well. And I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to watch this review. And I hope you all have a great day.